Hi there, and welcome to episode 31 of the Wealth Nation podcast. Now, we're on the road today, so our audio is a little bit down. We're on the portable system, but I'd like to thank you for joining me on the show. I know it's the holidays. We're just a couple of days away from Christmas, and I'm going to be talking to you about why giving is important when you are building wealth. So if you're listening to us for the first time, please consider subscribing on whichever platform you're listening on right now. And if you're listening on the website, kindly consider downloading a podcast app like Spotify or TuneIn and subscribe to the show. And every Monday, you'll get a new episode updated automatically on that podcasting platform. And you can listen to us whenever you can. And also feel free to reach out to me. I am on Facebook, WhatsApp, TikTok, LinkedIn. We're on all the major platforms. Instagram, Facebook. It's Financially Fabulous Female. So reach out, say hello. Let me know if you're finding value in this podcast. Is there something specific you would like me to cover? And we'll talk, we'll chat, we'll interact. Everything about money. So today, there's many of us that are getting out of debt. We're still on the journey to get out of debt and investing and saving so that someday we can be at the point where we have wealth. Now, the question is, why do we want to build wealth? Are we building wealth just for the sake of it? Or do we have a goal to help others, whether it's our own family members or those outside our family? Is giving a component of why you are building wealth? Well, in my opinion, giving to others is the best reason to build wealth. You always get more than you give. And often there's a common misconception that in order for you to be wealthy, you have to be stingy and not be very giving. Now, in reality, that doesn't work that way. Generous people tend to be more prosperous. The reason being is that when you give to others, it makes you less selfish, and less selfish people have more of a tendency to do better in both relationships and in wealth building. I know Dave Ramsey, the finance guru, has an analogy where he explains that when you hold money with an open palm, you can not only give, but you have the ability to receive as well. And this represents our attitude towards money. When you give, you open yourself up. You allow the rands to leave and enter freely from that open palm. And if you're holding your money with a clenched fist, remember, your hand is not open to receive. So this giving definitely has a role to play in wealth building. Giving works because this is your personal blueprint to be a giver, and you unleash good things in your life. And you will never see until you learn the art of unselfish giving. Giving lifts us. We take our eyes off our rights, our problems, and our stuff. And when you give unselfishly and you bless others, it's that feeling inside. And if you're a giver, you know what I'm talking about. So once you've reached the point that your debts are paid and you're blessed enough to build surplus wealth, do yourself a favor and start to give to others. You'll be surprised how this feeling, how freeing it is and how wonderful it can be. Not only will you be able to give blessings to others, but you can receive blessings in return, and not just monetary blessings as well. Now, the reason we need to give is that, I don't believe that everything we have is ours. I believe it's God's. We're just custodians of it. And whatever your religious belief is, I don't know any religion that doesn't speak about giving to the less fortunate and helping others that are not in the same position as you. It also makes us less selfish. Giving makes us, it brings us closer to God. Imagine if we can bless the creations of God with what we have. And giving can be an act of praise and worship in whatever religion you believe in. And it's a way that we can show our gratitude to God for everything that He has given us. And if we are blessed to have enough, even if we're blessed to have food on our table daily, we are in a far better position than most of society, especially in South Africa. We have such a gap in our country. So if you're listening to this podcast, you have access to technology, you have access to money, to internet, to data, to airtime, devices. So be a blessing to others. When you're giving, you don't always have time to wait until you're financially secure, because giving doesn't have to be related to money. Your wealth is not just your money, it's your time, it's your talent, it's your health. And there's lots of ways in which you can give of yourself, and your time is one way you can. So example that you can give in both monetary and without money is helping out a single mother, buy some groceries or pay a couple of bills. Now, single mothers have it hard in this country. We have a huge gender pay gap, and the financial burden and childcare costs take a toll on single mothers. So if you can bless a single mother in your life, it'll go a long way this season. I mean, especially this time of year. Kids are a little bit more demanding. They're expecting a nice Christmas and gifts, and people are visiting, and it takes a toll on single mother households. Volunteer your time at your local religious organization. Whatever charitable outreach programs they have, give your time to serve others. Tip your waiter, waitress extra a little bit this year when you're going out. Spend time with your community members at a local children's home and old age home. Talk to them, listen to them, play music, have a games night or something like that. And also try and give to your local charity. Now, we have some nice big charities serving throughout the country, even international as well. But I feel that local charities can make a really big difference locally. So try and give to your local charity. So there it is. Giving definitely has a role to play in wealth building, and don't wait to have surplus to give. Give in your time of need, and I really feel that you will be a blessing. So depending on the time you're listening to this, if it's before Christmas or on Christmas, have a blessed Christmas season. And if it's after, whichever time of the year you're listening to this as well, stay blessed. And I'll talk to you next week on the Wealth Nation podcast.